right, so welcome everyone to the Soul Station for Session 2, Lesson 3 on the subject of hate for a spiritual perspective with the spiritual bee. So what we're going to do for this session, we're going to start out with the blackboard. And as you recall, it's been a while. I've experienced some death in the family, and I'm just now getting back for your monthly reports. But I left you with an assignment to decipher in your own words what the meaning of hate is. What does it comprise of? So before we go into some scriptures, we're going to kind of jot down because, as I said before, we're trying to come up with a backronym, which I think means like turning a word. It's like giving it an acronym, making a word an acronym, but it's a backronym, right? So it's going to actually turn into a type of phrase, okay? So we're dealing with the subject of hate, okay? If you recall all of those scriptures from session 2, lesson 1, and lesson 2, we talked about the loose side of things, which is the love of us, which we're given a lot of order, it was like, don't hate your brother, how to treat your neighbor, and what hate does, and what God hates on the guilt side. God is love, guilt side of hate, and the orders of how to treat your brethren. It talked about how haters sow discord amongst the brethren, and how God hates people who cause discord and dissembles relationships out of attitude. It also talked about hidden hate, which was like the most dangerous hate, and how the Most High has a problem with that. So, as a teacher of sorts, I have learned that people live better when they can define things for themselves and not just go on how they've been taught, because many of us have been taught wrong, and we can't fault the past because they only gave us what they thought was right, okay? And we know that when it comes to hate, it deals with a lot of hostility, right? It deals with hostility, at least as far as I'm concerned, okay? It has a type of angst. It has a type of attitude attached to it, right? All right. And with T, it was not a lot, but we can deal with like turmoil, okay? Tumultuous behavior. This is the kind of assignment that I am giving you. You have to come up with your own thing. We may meet up in the middle, we may have some differences, but I am sure that once you define it for yourself, you can live up to your own expectations, okay? And when it comes to E, what I have found is that when it comes to hate, people feel entitled, okay? What do you mean by that? Okay, so nobody knows hate more than, say, melanated people, brown people, the black people, those enslaved, okay? We know hate like nobody else. But when you think about hate, not only is it an attitude which has been given to someone, just like you have to learn love, in my perspective, you have to learn hate. But it comes out of a type of entitlement, okay? And for many of us in the past, our ancestors had to deal with the hate because other people felt they were more entitled to the jobs, okay? Some people hate you because they feel like they're entitled to a position, okay? They're entitled to the spotlight, not knowing the backdrop oftentimes of why you're in that position, because man is not the only being that can promote you. God can promote you in ways that nobody will ever understand. And people wonder, how did you get there to why you're there? Because God says you're the best fit for that position. So hate can come out of a lot of things. But again, in my perspective, hate is a taught attitude. So at the end of the day, we need to come up with a backronym for ourselves, okay, of describing or giving a meaning to this unfortunate behavior, okay? So what I want to do at this point is just turn to a few scriptures for us to understand hate a little bit better, but we're going to be coming from the cool gel side of hate, which is the center of our love. Jesus is love. And we're going to look at some different perspectives about hate that may be kind of shocking to you, but it is totally in line with life today. So let's grab our Bibles, our highlighters, our pencils, our paper, whatever we need in order to get these scripts, and let's see what the Bible has to say in regards to this subject. All right, so if you are ready, I'm going to start with the Gill order. We're going to go to the Old Testament, and we're going to begin with Proverbs 8 and 13. So I may be a little sketchy because I got my notes everywhere, and like I said, I've been having a very busy week. We had a great loss in our family, and now I'm trying to get back on track with you. So Proverbs 8 and 13. Proverbs 8 and 13. And as you're looking for that, I'm going to go ahead and read. You can jot this down. You can read it later. It's a great subject of study that should be attended to. It says in verse 13, the fear of the Lord is to hate evil, pride and arrogancy, and the evil way. And the forward mouth do I hate. What is a forward mouth? A hypocrite, somebody that says one thing and does another. Okay, so I think I mentioned this before in the last session. I was like, everybody hates a hypocrite, but sometimes you need to check yourself and see if you are also a hypocrite. Sometimes we judge others and we find out that in some other shape, form, and fashion, you may be just as guilty. Okay, so when it comes to hate, God said he hates evil. He hates pride. He hates arrogancy. And I can understand that, because someone is full of pride. It's like it's no room for change. The ego's in the way, just as well as arrogancy. Someone that knows everything. They got all the answers. Arrogancy. There's no room to learn. You're not a student. And you have to understand God is the master of master teachers. So if he can't teach you nothing, you're no good. So that's a karma in and of itself. Okay? And the evil way. Then those who are what I describe as a hypocrite with a forward mouth. You say something, but you can't back it up. Okay, let's go to Psalms 97 and 10. That's the book before Proverbs, okay? The book, just flip to the right, flip the pages towards the right. It's the book before Proverbs. And we're going to chapter 97 and verse 10. Okay. Ye that love the Lord hate evil. He preserveth the souls of his saints. He delivereth them out of the hand of the wicked. Ye that love the Lord hate evil. Well, what is evil? Okay, so it's a lot of things that needs to be defined, because sometimes you may think you know something and you realize that you don't. Okay, and we may be discussing this in the next session. Ye that love the Lord, you need to hate evil. This is a commandment. He preserveth the souls of his saints. He delivereth them out of the hand of the wicked. Well, that's already letting you know evil is wicked. Wicked people do evil. Okay? They are full of pride and arrogancy. Okay? They are full of a forward mouth. They are good at dissembling discord amongst the brethren. Okay? Let's go to Proverbs 10 and 12. And that's the book again. Flipping to the left. Okay, and back to Proverbs 10 and 12. And we in the Gill side. God is love. Okay, but in Proverbs 10 and 12, hatred stirs up strife. Hatred stirs up strife. But love covereth all sins. And I know that to be true. You may know that to be true. You've had a person or people to really do you wrong and treat you very, what we quote unquote, in an evil way, and somehow you're able to forgive, and look past the fault, especially when they ask for forgiveness, right? Because love does cover a multitude of wrongdoing. It really does. But hatred stirs up strife. It stirs up trouble. It causes battles. It causes mischief because of what's going on within them. Okay? There's a battle going on within the person that is full of hate. So oftentimes, what are they going to do? They're going to project it onto you. They're going to project it onto society. Because there's a lack of understanding. Somebody's been taught wrong. Somebody's been taught more hate than love. Somebody's mind is narrow. They feel that they can't love outside of a race. They can't love outside of a immediate family. They can't love outside of a nation, but you can. Love is universal. Okay? Just like hate is universal, love is universal. You can be whatever you want to be. But I will admit that you have to be taught. None of us coming in this world just knowing. We came in receiving information. Okay? So, this is the guild order. Now, I got a really interesting story we get ready to break down in regards to hatred. You know, because sometimes people feel they love you and then something shifts. And then it's like they don't love you no more. But my question is it really love? Okay, so we get ready to dabble in a story that's very interesting in the Old Testament here in 2 Samuel 13. Okay, 2 Samuel 13. So sit back, relax, and prepare for a great story that I am about to share with you. If you're not at that place yet, jot it down and read it later. And it came to pass after this that Absalom, the son of David, had a fair sister, and fair in other words is beautiful, whose name was Tamar. And Amnon, the son of David, loved her. And Amnon was so vexed that he fell sick for his sister Tamar, for she was a virgin. And Amnon thought it hard for him to do anything to her. Okay? Now, when I look at this, I'm like, is this love or is this lust? Because we need to be able to devise the two. Okay? Verse 3. But Amnon had a friend whose name was Jonadab. I guess that's how you pronounce it. Jonadab, the son of Shimeah, David's brother. And Jonadab was a very subtle man. And he said unto him, why art thou, being the king's son, lean from day to day? Wilt thou not tell me? And Amnon said unto him, I love Tamar, my brother Absalom's sister. And Jonadab said unto him, lay thee down on thy bed and make thyself sick. So now it's time to put on an act. That's the first mistake right there. Okay? Becoming cunning. So Jonadab said unto him, lay thee down on thy bed and make thyself sick. And when thy father cometh to see you, or thee, say unto him, I pray thee, let my sister Tamar come and give me meat, and dress the meat in my sight, that I may see it and eat at her hand. So Amnon lay down and made himself sick. And when the king was come to see him, Amnon said unto the king, I pray thee, let Tamar my sister come and make me a couple of cakes in my sight, that I may eat at her hand. Then David sent home to Tamar, saying, go now to thy brother Amnon's house and dress his meat. You know, that's your brother. Go on, it's cool. Go. He's asking for you. He needs you. You know, like most parents want brothers and sisters to be close enough when they need each other, they down for each other. They right there for each other. You see what I'm saying? Then David sent Tamar, saying, go down to thy brother's house and dress his meat. So Tamar went to her brother Amnon's house. And he said, lay down. And he was laid down. And she took flour and kneaded it and made cakes in his sight and did bake the cakes. coming out of love. You know, I'm getting ready to serve my brother. You know, he's sick. He needs me. That's special. That's very special. And she took a pan and poured them out before him. But he refused to eat. And Amnon said, have out all the men from me. Have out all the men. I want everybody out of my house. All the people out of my house. And they went out, every man from him. And Amnon said unto Tamar, bring the meat into the chamber, that I may eat of thy hand. And Tamar took the cakes which she had made, and brought them into the chamber to Amnon her brother. And when she had brought them unto him to eat, he took hold of her, and said unto her, come lie with me, my sister. And she answered him, nay, my brother, do not force me, for no such thing ought to be done in Israel. Do not thou this folly. Brother, what are you doing? Don't have me. I'm a virgin. Don't do this to me. Don't shame me. You know, there's a culture in effect here. And let me tell you something. And that culture is into this culture today. If that woman is raped, if she's molested, or anything like that, people tend to side with the man, even unto this day. And she answered him, nay, my brother, do not force me, for no such thing ought to be done in Israel. Do not thou this folly. And whether shall I cause my shame to go? She said, what I'm going to do with this shame? People going to be blaming me. I'm doing something out of love, and I'm getting ready to be hurt. But people are going to be blaming me. Women, wake up. And as for thee, thou shalt be as one of the fools in Israel. Yeah, you know, ain't nothing going to happen to you. You just be a fool and maybe cat. I don't know. But it's going to be a lot of shame for me. Now, therefore, I pray thee, speak unto the king, for he will not withhold me from you. Now, you can do this the right way. Just go ask the king, can we get together? Go ask the king for permission, for his blessing. You know, treat me right. Howbeit he would not hearken unto her. This is verse 14. Howbeit he would not hearken unto her voice. He wouldn't listen to her. But being stronger than her, forced her and lay with her. He raped her. That feeling was so overwhelming. You know, the Bible says the spirit is willing, but the flesh is weak. It was so overwhelming. He would not hear her. So you can't tell me that that was love. He thought it was love because of the way he felt. But love don't do this. Love will be patient and kind and honoring. He didn't love her. He was in lust with his sister. Whatever kind of sister that was. Okay. Then watch this in verse 15 though. He done raped this woman, his sister. And in 15, the audacity of him. Then Amnon hated her exceedingly. That's a lot of hate. So that the hatred wherewith he hated her was greater than the love, or what I would say, the lust, wherewith he had loved her. And Amnon said unto her, arise and be gone. Now he done tossed her like trash. Okay? And she said unto him, there is no cause. This evil in sending me away is greater than the other than thou didst unto me. But he would not hearken unto her. He would listen to her. He done did something very shameful. Now, just that quick, he went from his so-called loving feelings into full-blown hatred. And I understand why. Because his conscience. He knew. He knew it was he knew there was karma behind that. Really, is the secret gonna get out? That's where it's coming from. So quick. How we change when we don't get our way, or when we do something that's so improper Now we projecting our bad behavior onto an innocent person. Think about that for a moment. This is coming from somebody you would trust. All right? So let's go into the cool gel side. We're going to go to Luke 14 and 26. We're going to the New Testament. That's Luke 14 and verse 26. If you don't have time to find it, that's fine. Just write it down and study it later. Luke 14 and 26. Now this is coming from Jesus, Jesus. If any man come to me and hate not his father and mother and wife and children and brother and sister, ye and your own life also, he cannot be my disciple. Now we discussed this in the last session. Like Jesus, like if you don't hate where did that come from? Because just in Matthew 5, you was teaching love in verses 43 through 44. Let's go to that real quick. Ye have heard that it has been said, thou shalt love thy neighbor and hate thy enemy. But he leveled up on it. Okay? It's not just a common physical law anymore. It becomes the law of the spirit. He says, but I say unto you, love your enemies. Bless them that curse you. Do good to them that hate you. And pray for them which despitefully use you and persecute you. But over here in Luke, somehow, his whole attitude changed, right? His whole attitude changed. Let's look at Ecclesiastes 3 and 8. Go back to the Old Testament. Job, Psalms, Proverbs, Ecclesiastes. All these books are kind of close together, okay? So after Proverbs, Ecclesiastes. And we're going to go to chapter 3 and verse 8. And I love Ecclesiastes because it breaks down the laws of nature, the laws of life. And verse 8 says, a time to love, a time to hate, a time for war, and a time of peace. Who's really setting the stage when we're dealing with time? Because it's a lesson to be learned. It has to exist in order for you to appreciate, to know what the opposite is. Remember, Paul said all things are permissible, but are all things edifying? Is it doing any good? Is it promoting? Is it progressing? Is it making things better in life? That's why laws come into being. Laws are necessary. Don't mean they're the truth, but they can be necessary. Especially when we're harming one another. Because to me, the only real crime is when you harm another person. Physically and financially. That's when you need to be serving time. Anything else can be dealt with. But that's a different kind of wrong. You know what I'm saying? So we're going to close out on Psalms 139, 21, and 22. Just go back a couple of books. And we're going to do verses 21 and 22. Again, another attitude about hate. Do not I hate them, O Lord, that hate you or thee. And am not I grieved with those that rise up against thee. I hate them with a perfect hatred. I count them my enemies. This is David talking. You know, the one Tamar's father that we just read about, whose son just raped her, who went from all of this so-called love to an instant hate. Why? Because he knew he had did something wrong and it needed to be covered up. It was in his conscience. It may not be written, but I know. I know. Okay? So we're dealing with hate. And it says in Ecclesiastes 3, it's a time for everything. I wonder why it's a time for hate. In my experience, hatred has taught me a lot about myself. So the Most High may send you an enemy to elevate you so you can look in your own mirror, so you can see the weaknesses in yourself to see where it is where you need to improve. Because maybe you didn't never know hate. Now you have to know a little hate, even within yourself, to know which side of the fence is better for you in your walk in this life, on your journey, on your path to your higher consciousness, to your higher self. Okay? So again, even though this is the climax for the subject of hate, I'm still urging you to do the assignment and come up with a backronym. Find your own meaning for hate. What does it really mean to you? Having angst, hostile attitude towards entitlement. Because at the end of the day, hate, as far as I'm concerned, has a lot to do with somebody feeling entitled. And I'm going to leave it here until the next lesson. I hope you enjoyed it. Please remember to support the station. Give some thumbs, some likes, share with your friends. This is a very necessary message, and I hope to see you for the next one. But until then, I pray that truth be your happiness and your healing. Hope you all are doing well. I am going to go ahead and jump right on in a moment, but before I do that, I just want to say that I know that the October report is late. It may be counted as a mid-report, but I'm still just going to count it as an October report, and hopefully I'll get you all another forecast out real soon, since we are already in the middle of October, and I know that November will be here soon. But we had a major loss in our family, and I'm asking all you prayer warriors, those of you who are connected to God, connected to the Most High, connected to the universe, or have that belief, to really send special prayers out for my sister and my nephew's older brother. I lost my nephew on the 28th. He went in the hospital on our mother's and their grandmother's 1 year deceased anniversary. So it's just kind of ironic that that had happened. And so I'm just asking that, that my viewers send out a special prayer, particularly for my sister and my oldest nephew, because, if you've ever lost a child, that's a different kind of pain. It's a different kind of void, You're never the same. And those prayers would be deeply appreciated if you don't mind. I don't know if that was for you all or not. Also, I hope you had a chance or took the time to peep the class. We climaxed on the subject of hate, and I thought the last one was very interesting. There we go. We're going to keep that one. And give me some comments, and also remember to support the station. If you feel that these classes are worth your while, and you really gain something from them, and you would like to provide a love donation, please check the description box, and it is deeply appreciated. I take my work seriously. I do feel that I'm called to do this. Wow, you got a lot of cards. I'm not going to do all of them, Source. Now, which one of these do you want me to... Okay, she gave you Scorpio for your all over internal energy, and you have the Aries ascendant as your external underlining energy for the month of October. Now, these energies may already be activated. This may be confirmation. You may be about to happen. You may be in the center of it, but nonetheless, I'm sure it's something that'll resonate with you. Take that with you, okay? And when it comes to Scorpio moon energy, the qualities of the Scorpio moon are idealism, ambition, and determination. Your memory and sense of judgment are keen. Sensual and magnetic qualities allow you to attract things you are passionate about, including people, careers, or hobbies. Your energy is intense, imaginative, emotional, and intuitive. You observe and quickly evaluate everything around you like a hawk, diving after what is needed to thrive. Your thoughts are transformational and often generate change. Your subtle ability to see beneath the surface brings new perspectives, which may be inspirational to others. Oh, wow. So, yeah, this is all about getting what you want. The law of attraction basically is here. Okay? And um, it's like your the way you think is the way you think and do is what's really attracting people to you, okay? I don't know what you're working with. Could be something that's been around forever, but for whatever reason, the way you think about it, the way you present it, your perspective on it gives people a different outlook, okay? It's very attracting. For external underlining energy, you have the Aries ascendant energies, and your personality is dynamic, ambitious, and enterprising. You want to do your best at all times, so nothing stops you from accomplishing your goals. You are ingenious with a pioneering spirit, allowing you to take quick action and start new pursuits. Your outward demeanor is high energy and active. Your impulsivity is precisely what generates your success. Your confidence and self-assurance is expressed through the way you carry yourself. Your purpose is mastery and leadership. Your drive and passion to achieve may be motivating to others. Okay, so some of you may even have Scorpio moon and Aries ascended in your chart. You may be close to someone like that that's affecting you. These energies are is what's going to get you where you need to go in terms of your progress this month. So what we're going to do is grab you or relate to you a reference word for the month. Okay, this may be something that's reflecting an action. It may be reflecting an event. It may be something that comes to your mind that you identify with. I don't know. It may be the answer. I have no idea. So let's see what source I could be relate to you regarding this month forecast. You have walk and hand. I've had this before. I hate when I get the same cards. Let me stop trying to use that word. I do not like when I get the same cards. I mean, hoping for something new. Walk and hand is your reference and your sub-reference word. So maybe you got some stuff you walking, you got stuff in your hand. Or maybe you're going to be walking and handing things out. I don't know, because we are talking about idealism and determination and thriving and being ambitious and enterprising, okay? So maybe you got your stuff in hand, flyers, products, whatever it is that you are promoting this month in October. Okay, so let's pull some cards. You are my last one. Hopefully you are back in the house going forward, okay? This is determination time, okay? So hopefully you are back to stay and we can continue bringing you your monthly and weekly forecast. So what's going on? This source for Taurus this month. Oh my God, Taurus. Okay, so I'm back on. Okay, had a little technical difficulty within my sex. Okay, all right. So we're gonna go ahead and get going with your monthly spread. Everybody got a full 7-card spread on this one. Okay, but I still am giving you a report according to your status, and you received the bronze status because I think you've been off the charts for a while, right? You know, you haven't been in the house. So hopefully this, like I was saying before, bows and some bows. Hopefully this forecast will bring you back into the fold. I really miss you. I hope you miss me. Okay, so your overall energy is the 6 of Wands. and it is based on the Fool energy. You have the Ten of Pentacles as your expected energy is coming out of, or is regarding the Chariot, and you have the Eight of Cups as an outcome with conflict and a challenge, and your blessed supported energy, which we'll discuss momentarily. Somebody else had this. You're sharing some energies with another. You have the Eight of Swords, and this is holding tight until you get all the information, until you get directions, until you know where you are going, until you know how to fix this situation. You're going to stay where you are. You're not going to make a move. You're going to hang tight until you have all the information you needed in order to take matters into your own hands before you take steps towards something. I don't know if this is about repairing yourself, repairing your life, repairing a relationship, repairing a business, but I'm getting the word repair, okay? And it's all based on taking a chance, making a change, doing something different. It's time to go off on your own and do for you. Live your dreams, live your aspirations, okay? To bask in the sun. It's like it's time to grow up. Okay, it's time to go off and do something new, something to follow your own vision, your own ideals, as they said here. Okay, and maybe you already did this. You have a carefree attitude this month. Okay, you don't care what people say, you don't care what people think, you don't care how they size you up. You doing you. You following your heart. You're following the desires of your heart, okay? You're going after what you want, okay? You're doing what you feel is best for you this month. Now, I don't know if it's in terms of your job, if it's in terms of building a business. It could even be in terms of a relationship, but you're going your own way. Okay, some of you, this may be because of you having kids that are leaving the home. They're going off to school, okay? So now you can live your life and do more, build more, expand more, because now you have a little extra income maybe, or a little more extra time and space to yourself, right? Okay, it's coming out of building, expansion, wanting an empire. For some of you, this has something to do with a car. You was walking at once and now you have a vehicle. Some of you, this is regarding a vehicle, because you were walking, you were catching the bus, okay? And now you have a vehicle, okay? For some of you, I'm hearing students are involved, probably college students. I don't know if you want to cater to them in some shape, form, or fashion. Maybe walking and handing them information, or taking them products and services. I don't know. Let's get a reason for this, okay? Okay, and I'm also seeing going secret places, private places, or just keeping it to your, keeping it very low key about the places that you go or that you travel to. For some people, this could also be a move. I feel like a lot of you are going to come into some money. You're going to be able to build wealth. You're going to be able to gain riches by this move that you're making. I feel like you're being really low-key, incognito about it. Really focused. There may be a partner involved in this, or a higher up, or maybe a husband. To me, when I see the Chariot, oftentimes it can be the second in command. Something about feeling safe and secure here. This is a move for some of you. Okay. I'm hearing from dusk till dawn. What is going on with balls and some balls? Let's see. What is the reason? Again, Ten of Pentacles. Okay. Assets. I said with somebody else, for some of you, there's a connection here where there's money to be made after you've done your research, um, some type of investigative work or investigative studies. Some of you may be paying for an investigator. Or this may be, like I said, this may be something that you're going into. You may be building a business around being a PI, private investigations. Okay? And that can be in a lot of different ways, okay, to be an investigator. It doesn't have to necessarily be like cheaters, you know what I'm saying? This could be people who collect information or background checks, in relations to background checks and things like that. Or let's say this could be something in your industry. Maybe they have to it's some investigation that's bringing you into wealth. I don't know if it's on your part or your employer's part, or I don't know if it's civic. I don't know. But I know the overall energy is this Six of Wands energy, okay? And this is being highly recognized based on for some of you, your faith, your can-do attitude, your I don't give a damn attitude. There's something about your attitude that's giving you success. Because you really don't care. You really don't care here. You all about making your money, building your empire, building your wealth. That's what's on your mind. Some of you, this is dealing with a car note payment here, okay? Because it's got something to do with you being on the bus. Because you're definitely trying to build something better for yourself. You know what I'm saying? But I keep hearing you had to walk. Oh, there it is. Walk hand in hand. Okay. I feel like you're going to meet up with a potential partner, but this may be by chance. You may connect with someone publicly, wherever you're going. There may be an interest here. I don't know if you're going to go with it or not, but there definitely is an interest. Some of you may be running into a particular soulmate on this journey this month. I don't know if they parked outside or it's going to be where you're going, but you don't expect this. But I know you got to figure out all the spots, all the stop spots, all the places you want to go. For others of you, this is about a bus route for some reason. But I feel like some of you getting ready to get some money after an investigation. It's stemming from a move. I don't know if you was making money moves, if you was moving into a new crib, if it's a business move. But you got money on the table. You got money coming. You got the potential to create wealth. This is coming into some riches for some of you. For other of you, this is paying your car note this month. That's important because you don't want to catch the bus, right? Investing in something new, taking a chance this month on your ideas, something you're very enthusiastic about, something that some new pursuit here. For some of you, I'm hearing school. It's got something to do with school as well. So I don't know if this is regarding loans. feel like some of you are going to get some money. I don't know if this is a loan. That may be where this background check is coming from, getting all this information. It got to do with your residence, information on your residence, on your car. Because you want to take a chance, you know. You want to try this thing. You want to see what it do. You know what I'm saying? But I feel like you're going to, for somebody or some of you, there's a victory here. There's a victory here. And some of you are going to really gain this victory sometime during the holidays. Okay? You overcometh something. This has been a trial. You've been going through a trial. And now you're coming up as the winner, as the leader, just because you followed your own path, your own instincts. You believed in God. You knew. You didn't know what was going to come. You didn't know what to expect, but you knew what you was after. You know what you are after. For others of you, this could be somebody new coming into your life. It's based on somebody new that come into your life. Now, I don't know if this person sticks around or not. You know what this reminds me? This is telling me, I don't know what kind of work you do, but I know that I learned through Mary Kay, which is what I am, an IBC from Mary Kay. And if you like some wonderful products, check my description box. But I know that I learned a long time through her. She said, it only takes one person to make you rich. One. That was profound to me. You know, I was in my early 20s when I first heard that. And that has stuck with me throughout this time. But there's a victory here based on taking a chance. Some of you, this finance is coming through what you post online. Maybe you have a social media site where you promote your cause, your ideas, you know, your products, your services, where you promote yourself. But I feel like you get ready to come into some money. That's what keeps coming out. For others of you, I feel like this is just payment. You know, you got money in the bank. This is payday. Okay? But there's something victorious about this payday. I feel like you had to stay still for a while. You had to stay stuck until you could figure out. I'm hearing the word manage. I don't know if you need to manage your business, manage your finances, maybe a collaboration of both, and your work. Because I'm hearing something about lifestyle here too. A lifestyle. But this is your job for some of you. You may like push carts. This may just be describing the kind of work you do. You may be in the yard or like a maintenance person. Has something to do with this. This is crazy. I'm seeing pushing carts, crates. Manual labor here. What's the conflict source? The King of Cups. Provision. Did I say that? Getting what you need. Some of you may feel you need a husband. I'm hearing digest. Maybe your digestive system is a factor here, it's a conflict here. And maybe you need to digest your thoughts. But the conflict is making sure you have everything that you need, that you are provided for, or that you have those things to provide for your clients and customers. That's a conflict. Or maybe this King of Cups person is a barrier, a block. Because the King of Cups is a provider of needs. They take care of you. But they're a conflict this month. May have something to do with the shipment. Because he's definitely controlling the product. The deliveries, I guess they get to decide, like the trucks, they get to decide when they're going to deliver this shit, even though they give you a date. Oftentimes, good companies get your stuff to you quite early. That's how they build confidence, build your confidence in them. You know what I'm saying? But this father figure is a conflict. I don't know if he likes the fact that you are freedom loving and want to do your own thing. I don't know if he's trying to block you. Others of you is being able to chill and relax, to take a moment to just focus on yourself, to just, a break, to chill and relax and to enjoy yourself. It's a conflict. I don't know if it's a conflict for you or somebody else, but it's a conflict. Because, you all in about you. And maybe it's time for that. You know what I'm saying? And being bows and some bows, being nurturers as you are and providers as you are, that is probably what the universe wants you to do. Maybe it's time. Like I said, some of you, your kids are going on to college. It's time for you, This may have to do with your child going to college and getting the means and the loans to get them there, getting stuff delivered to them. But nonetheless, you're going to be victorious some type of way just because you're putting in the work, because you're trying to figure it out and you're taking the necessary steps to do that. But what I like about it is that you are patient. You thinking everything through first before you make moves, right? But you definitely have some finances, okay? You're going to be able to make your bills, make your car payment, pay your rent. This may be about health and being able to progress under the circumstances, because I said something about digestion, something about your health here, your health insurance, your car insurance. Some of you getting a payment behind this. I don't know if he was in an accident. And for some of you, she's telling me so you can soar. You're getting this money so you can soar. So I don't know if it's coming from your job, if you're asking for it from a loan, if it's financial aid, some kind of way. I don't know why. Now this is a late check. Because it's almost time for the quarters to be up, I'm thinking. We can ready to hit the holidays. But they do be splitting them payments. You know what I'm saying? But this father figure, this husband, or something that's needed, some delivery, is a conflict this month for you. I don't know if it's holding you back. It's holding you back. If they're trying to hold you back. Because I feel like somebody don't like the fact that you are free-spirited. I don't know if they think you stuck up. They don't think you care. Because of your independent attitude. Because with this King of Cups being up in the upright position, you got what you need. Or they got what you need. It's a conflict. It's a challenge. Or this person wants to challenge you. Maybe they're jealous of you. The color red is coming up. So, and it's also maybe dealing with debt being in the red. You know, financial troubles are here. So some of you may be like returning to work after a time of freedom. Because it's the only way you know to make progress. I'm also hearing move. But I still feel like you're in a good place, in a good space. But some of you, you're moving on to freedom. You're going to walk away from your job. You're going to walk away from this money. Or you're going to be able to, because you got this money, you're able to move forward and move on and go on. Some of you, this may be dealing with working overseas. Some of you may be working on a ship, literally. But that's a conflict. Maybe you don't want to do it. Maybe it's because you got to move, you know, but it's a lot of responsibility when you have to move. You know, you got to pack up stuff and do, that's a lot and it costs. But for somebody, that's true. I'm hearing something about dress up. Dress up for the occasion, but this is somebody around you. They parade around you, maybe where you work or where you're stationed, or even for you bus riders. I don't know if it's an actual parade, but it's a parade around you, or maybe this has already happened. There's something about a parade. Maybe you wanna throw a parade and you need this stuff. But nonetheless, what's going to help you is hard work, tackling everything, doing what you got to do. Customers and clients just coming at you. Okay? That's going to be your support. That's how you're going to get your level of riches and wealth here, is through clients and customers doing the work. Okay? Some of you, this is back to work. After a moment of freedom and being able to come and go and do as you please. This could also represent a journey. Okay, I said some of you going overseas, or going to be working on a boat. I'm hearing recommend. So you may be recommended, or recommendation. It may be because somebody left. Again, this could be your child. Maybe you're ready to leave. You know what I'm saying? But you're definitely having some progress. Pushing forward. Very fortress focus. Building your fortress, you know what I'm saying? It's going to help you the work. To concentrate on your own responsibilities, okay? Tackling everything one thing at a time. Bam, 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 bam. You know, but for others, it could be multitasking as well. and keeping your eyes set on the prize. Although this is exhausting, it's with this person, this is a fighter right here. This is a defender. And some of you may have to do 2 jobs at once. Maybe you're already doing that. You may have to work a job while you build your business. That's what's going to help you. Okay? But in the outcome, you're still going to be able to walk away from it. Okay? Even if this just means walking away, getting the bills paid, and then you ain't got to worry about it no more for another 30 days. Okay? That's what's going on this month in October. We're going to go ahead and grab you a Spiritual Bible Oracle message from the written word. And as I do that, please remember to support the station. Yeah, somebody got some money or going to get some money after everything is investigated. You know, whatever that is. Like I said, this could be dealing with a car, a student, you know, enrollment in college, a loan. Or this is just going to be like the payoff from your hard work. After you done looked into everything, then you know what to do. You know what steps to take. I'm noticing 888. That was in another one. I think it was Libra or Scorpio. It's showing up in this one. But things are going to be complete. You're going to be able to complete some things, okay? And give it a rest and start something else, some of you. What is this written word for opposing symbols for this October source? Too much talking leads to sin. Okay? That's the Tao Te Ching. Too much talking leads to sin. You don't need to let everybody know what you're doing. Some things you got to keep to yourself. Okay? And maybe you don't need, with this person, maybe you don't need not to speak your mind. Not let them know your thoughts. You know, they say great people talk about ideas. Average people talk about themselves. Small people talk about others. And that's from the great John C. Maxwell. And I'm going to leave it there, bows and sun bows. I hope you enjoyed your forecast, and thank you so much for stepping in to the Soul Station once again for another one. And hopefully I'll be bringing you something again real soon. Just hang tight and keep healing. Until then, take care of yourself. Remember us in your prayers. Hotel.